We have a selection of books here that we're going to use for the 6+1 traits of writing to model as mentor texts. So first off, when we talk about 6+1 writing, we talk about the different traits that are used, and one of them, in this case, is word choice. Word choice involves using the right words in writing that will give clarity and evoke feelings and moods, likes and dislikes, and helps to create a vivid picture in the reader's mind. Students become aware that there are different ways to express their thoughts. They become more aware of the use and power of language by adding new and varied words within their writing. Using vivid, colorful, and dynamic words will expand and enrich student writing. In fact, when we look at word choice here with these books, these mentor textbooks, we're looking at choosing the right words and using them correctly, making them fun and interesting so they help your readers see what you're talking about. Try not to use the same words over and over and over again. If you don't choose your words carefully, your reader may not understand what you're trying to say. So here we have a selection of books that we call mentor books. And when we introduce students to the 6+1 traits of writing, many teachers read aloud a text that exemplifies the trait, in this case, the trait of word choice. This is the notion of mentor text when we do that. Students learn the evidence of the trait from mentors and how to imitate it within their own writings. Such mentor text often includes picture books. The text is short, which is important for a mini lesson, and it's engaging for students. Well, we're going to take a closer look at Jane O'Connor's book, Fancy Nancy. And she, of course, has written a whole series of Fancy Nancy books. We're using this book as a mentor text, a mentor book, to look more carefully at the 6+1 traits of writing and the trait of word choice. So as we read through this book, look carefully to see how Jane O'Connor has used word choice in her book. Okay, here we go. Fancy Nancy by Jane O'Connor and read by Mr. C, the teacher. This is my room before I made it fancy. I love being fancy. My favorite color is fuchsia. That's a fancy way of saying purple. I like to write my name with a pen that has a plume. That's a fancy way of saying feather. And I can't wait to learn French because everything in French sounds fancy. Nobody in my family is fancy at all. They never even ask for sprinkles. There's a lot they don't understand. Lace-trimmed socks do help me play soccer better. Sandwiches definitely taste better when you stick in frilly toothpicks. A princess is supposed to keep her tiara on. What's a fancy girl to do? I ask my doll Marabella. Her full name is Maribel Lavinia Chandelier. Then I get an idea that is stupendous. That's a fancy word for great. Maybe I can teach my family how to be fancy. I make an ad and stick it on the fridge. Learn to be fancy with lessons from Nancy. Start today, easy, fun, free. Soon there is a knock on my door. My family saw the ad. They want to get started right away. The trouble is my family doesn't own any fancy clothes. That's okay. I go find, what is that fancy word? Oh yes, some accessories. Ooh la la, my family is posh. That's a fancy word for fancy. My mom twirls in front of the mirror. Why don't we go somewhere fancy tonight? How about dinner at the King's Crown? Dad suggests. Wow, my parents are acting fancier already. May I escort you lovely ladies outside? The limousine is waiting. My dad is our chauffeur. That's a fancy word for driver. When we arrive at the King's Crown, everyone looks up. They probably think we're movie stars.
I am so proud of my whole family. They eat with their pinkies up and call each other darling. For dessert, let's have parfaits, my mom says. That's French for ice cream sundaes. Amazing, my mother knows French. When our parfaits are ready, I curtsy and say, merci. I carry the tray like a fancy waiter. Oops, I trip, I slip. The tray does a double flip. I don't feel fancy anymore. I want to go home. After I get all cleaned up, I put on my dressing gown. Those are fancy words for bathrobe. I feel much better. I'm ready for a parfait. I tell my parents, thank you for being fancy tonight. I love you, my dad says. I love you, my mom says. And all I say back is, I love you, because there isn't a fancy, or better, way of saying that. All right, there we go. There's Jane O'Connor's book, Fancy Nancy. And for word choice through the book, well, it's actually the words themselves that Nancy says that are the word choice, aren't they? All the way through, she says words like stupendous, a fancy word for great, and accessories, and words like chauffeur, meaning driver, parfaits, meaning Sunday. She uses some word choice like French words like merci, meaning thank you, of course. And we even get a little bit of rhyme at one point here in the story with the I trip, I slip, the tray does a double flip. So there's some great word choice used here throughout the book, but especially the idea that fancy words, big words, can be used. And that's Fancy Nancy as a mentor text for looking at the 6+1 trait of word choice. What choice of words are you going to use in your writing?